What's up, guys? It's the Ginger
and the Bear,
and we are on the eve of probably the best, most compelling boxing event of the year. Heavyweight boxing is in a different category.
Yeah.
I feel like it just has a different sort of punch that we're gonna need you to bring to the mouse when you click
the like button
for the algorithm. That being said, though, guys, Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder 2. I think this is my personally most hyped up rematch I can remember, at least in like the last 5 years.
At least for boxing, like I was really hyped up for AJ versus.
Oh, I was hyped for that too.
For Ruiz. But there was something deep down in my Mexican pozole soul. It was like, dude, I don't think he has too much weight. I don't know.
Was that because we watched the docuseries where he had too much weight and wasn't taking anything seriously? And I don't think it was deep down, brother. I think it was just the center of gravity was becoming lower and lower. But this one is, it brings everything you want to see from heavyweight boxing.
Yeah, and this
true power punching, true like technical savantship.
Yeah.
I'd say from both guys. Wilder is underrated for how good of a boxer he actually
absolutely.
is. And that's why, like, it's the more time Wilder spends in the ring with people, the better he tends to do against them, in my opinion.
Well, no, I absolutely. And Wilder says this over and over again. They need to be perfect for 12 rounds.
Yeah.
I only need to be perfect for a second.
Except against Fury, who literally
is perfect.
I don't know what kind of traveler hex his team put on him before the fight, but that man has a couple clerics in his corner that know resurrection spells like that, man.
Yeah.
They were saving their spell slots, level 3 spell slots at that.
Dungeons and Dragons reference. Here we go, baby.
It's hard. It's a very hard fight to predict because both fighters showed that they can win the fight in the first bout. Unlike, I'd say, like the Ortiz-Wilder rematch, which was the most recent rematch either of the guys had, like, Ortiz didn't show that he could win the fight. Like, there were ways he could get to victory, but there wasn't an argument after their first bout that he had won that fight. You get what I'm saying?
Of course.
And this
because he got knocked out.
Exactly,
right,
exactly.
Yeah.
Like, because Fury came back, because Fury not only came back, but arguably won that round.
Yeah.
It makes it incredibly hard to predict because we have no idea of knowing, like, who's going to be able to make the adjustments, because Wilder is a guy who literally makes his bread and butter on reading people and getting used to their styles, on reading their adjustments and knocking them out.
But he is fighting an awkward gypsy.
And he's not just awkward.
And he's crafty.
He's crafty, he's awkward, but he's incredibly technically sound.
And he's also 3 inches taller than Wilder.
Yeah.
My thing is this. There's a couple of X factors, right? Wilder's camp has been saying that his right hand his right arm was injured for Tyson Fury versus Wilder 1. I don't know how credible that is, but if it is credible,
that's scary.
That is scary, right? Like maybe he needed 2 more centimeters of power in order to actually put away Tyson Fury. But like in the last video before, he was out for a second, but he came back immediately, right? And my thing is that Tyson Fury excels in not getting hit, and he obviously has a chin. He took 2 shots from Wilder and was able to come back up.
And those shots would have put down most of the heavyweight division.
Yes, absolutely.
And that's, man. So really, I think it's like, I think 2 of the most adaptable guys in their way. Like, Wilder is incredibly adaptable and how he figures somebody else out to use his skill set to punch a hole through it.
Yes.
And that's what people don't give him credit for. Fury is incredibly adaptable in that he can bring different looks, bring different techniques to the table.
Yeah.
And that's why this fight, it's like, it almost feels like a random number generator where you're like, okay, well, which of these 2 computer codes is going to run faster? And they're gonna, it's like 2 computers are running programs constantly, and it's just like whichever one runs slightly faster is going to get this win, right?
Yeah, and I completely agree with you. And I think
it's like Wilder's the code hacker in World War II, and Fury's the code writer.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, well, can Fury keep writing codes and keep changing more quickly than Wilder can crack it?
Yeah, I just talked about an X factor from Wilder, right? His arm was hurt, but Tyson Fury has separated from his longtime coach, not longtime coach,
his coach at the time, right?
That brought him back. You know, Ben Davison, I believe.
He's cool.
He's
awesome.
amazing, right? He separated from him, and now he's in the camp of Emmanuel Stewart's, the great Emmanuel Stewart's nephew, right? Which I think his name is Javier Sugar Hill. Sugar Hill is what people call him. That's concerning, and he's put on 20 pounds. That's really concerning for me. I don't know if it's a slip, but also what gave him the success against Wilder was his elusiveness, right?
His mobility.
If you're adding on 20 pounds, it's not a lot for heavyweight, right? He's going from 250 to 270, right? Maybe and Cronk Jim has been known for their power that they can get out of really tall men, right? And so is that what he's trying to accomplish? That's why it's weird he put
on weight, right?
Right.
That's why it's so
that he
strange.
can have more power to try to actually knock out Wilder. That scares me. Why are you going to try to outgun somebody that has the most KO ratio in the history of heavyweight boxing?
That's a long
more
history.
than Joe Louis, more than Tyson, Mike Tyson, more than it's insane. Why would
the only reason I can think of is Fury's chatting shit like he usually does, and he thinks that the Cronk Jim archetype fits Deontay Wilder well. So he's going there almost to like try to reverse engineer and fight against people that are in the Wilder mold, which I think is more likely. And I think everything else is just Fury chatting shit, trying to mess with Wilder and to sell the pay-per-view.
That's a really good point.
That's what I think. Because like honestly, everything you describe about the fighters Cronk Jim produces, you're like, wait, Deontay? Wait,
why
Wilder?
aren't you in that gym?
Yeah, it almost seems like Wilder. He's tall, he's long, he's lanky. That's Cronk Jim 1, 2, 3, right?
Yep.
So I think that's why he's there. Yeah. I don't understand. The only reason I can see that Ben is not in his corner, it seems like Fury wanted him, but Ben didn't want to take a demotion to not head coach.
Gotcha.
So that's what I read into that situation.
Interesting. Okay.
But again, this is Wesley saying this is what I think. That's Tyson Fury could be railing lines and just be like, okay. Well, I'm gonna knock out Wilder. Like, I don't know. This could be a Ruiz situation. Yeah. I don't think it is. I haven't. The weight is what concerns me.
The weight.
That's what concerns me. But at the same time, I kind of question if that's even valid. Like, is that real? Like the Andy thing, right? We didn't actually know the weight situation truly until like the day of the fight or the actual weigh-in, right? Before that, he was photoshopping pictures. He was basically Instagram thottery all up in his Instagram.
That's true.
Legitimately, he face-tuned his Instagram so hard.
Right.
So I'm curious if that is Wild or Fury just chatting shit to build up that whole narrative. Like, I put on 20 pounds to Shrew. And it's Fury. Fury will say anything to sell a fight.
You're right.
So I don't know, man. But I agree with you. If that's what happens, I pick Wilder all day. Mm-hmm. But those are the X factors, right? Who do you actually see winning this fight?
I think, as much as I am biased towards power, guys with power, my favorite boxer of all time, Joe Louis, baby. I think of this era, Wilder's probably my favorite boxer to watch and to study. But I think that boxers, not power punchers, will always win the day. And I think that
usually in rematches,
especially in rematches, and I think that fear. This is 50-50. So talk as much shit to me when the fight goes down. But it's going to be an amazing fight. But I do think Tyson Fury is going to edge it just a tad. That's my prediction.
I think the difference in this is that Deontay Wilder is characterized as if he's just a puncher or he's just a brawler.
Oh, which he's not.
But that's where I think the difference is, because I think that Wilder's actually the best boxer at recognizing and reading his opponents, and I just don't think that Fury in this stage of his career is going to be able to actually add that many new wrinkles to his game.
Why?
I just don't think he already had so many different wrinkles. Like, what could he do differently?
Fury's 28.
Fury's not 28, is he?
Yeah,
no way.
Fury's younger than AJ.
Tyson Furys
either 30 or he's 28. He's younger than Anthony Joshua,
bro,
dude.
I swear, I would have sworn Tyson Fury was 38.
Oh, he looks 38.
Okay, Tyson Fury's 31.
31. And
that makes me feel really good about myself in a weird way.
And I think Anthony's like, what, 33? He's the same age as...
31?
I believe he's the same age as Wilder, or not, or maybe younger.
Like 1 year younger, I believe.
And maybe 1 year younger, but Wilder has only been boxing. And this is a testament to how good of an actual boxer he is and how much power he can generate.
Yeah.
So it's not a knock. The thing is that Fury has been boxing.
Yeah, Wilder's 34.
Yeah. Fury has been boxing since he was fucking 2 years old. He's named after fucking Mike Tyson. His whole life is centered around boxing.
Yeah.
And so it comes down to, we're watching a boxing fight. Who is the better boxer? It's got to be Tyson Fury the whole way. And I if you told me that Deontay Wilder knocked out Tyson Fury, I would 100% believe you. If you were a time traveler and you okay, that makes sense. It's this close of a fight.
Ah, man, it's just there's actual age though, and then there's fight age, right? Because Fury's been boxing since he was just forever, right?
He's not boxing like Julio Cesar Chavez.
Well, to be fair, Julio Cesar Chavez is damn good. He's underrated.
Badass.
He's underrated.
Not by Mexicans.
Well, he's underrated as a boxer, I'm saying, like the technical side. But I'm saying more so, I think it'll be harder for somebody who's been doing something longer to then change. That's my point.
Gotcha. If
he's got patterns.
If he's gaining 10
or even if he's just trying to add additional like weird wrinkles, different looks. I think when you've been doing something that long, you have behavior patterns so engraved into your brain, into your body, it then becomes more difficult. And to be fair, Fury is a volume guy. He's got a huge bag of tricks. Like his bag of tricks is enormous that he carries around. Yeah. And I'm sure we didn't even see all of them in Wilder Fury 1. Yeah. But I just question whether he'll be able to
replicate,
meaningfully add more wrinkles than what we saw, because he was incredibly elusive, incredibly tricky, and I feel like he was sort of just throwing everything into the first fight. So I'm curious, when we were talking about Wilder, it's like, okay, well, he needs to read patterns, he needs to find an opening for his right. Is Fury going to be able to do and fight differently enough from the first fight and be unpredictable in ways that Wilder's not going to be able to read? And that's where I'm curious. I just think the more rounds people spend with Wilder, the worse for them.
Of course.
And Wilder's had 12 rounds to get a read on Fury. I question whether Fury would be able to meaningfully change unconscious behavior patterns.
And he did get hit.
And that's what I'm saying. He did get hit in that first fight.
Twice.
So that makes me a little bit worried. And I know people didn't like how he fought against Ortiz, but I thought he read Ortiz like a book.
I don't know about a book. It was
no,
like
I'm saying like
it was a novel.
By the time like he lost rounds, he lost all the rounds until the round before he knocked him out. But then you saw like everything was just like, okay, he's got him, boom, done.
Yeah.
Like from that point forward, you could tell once Wilder had gotten the download done, when he had the information, Ortiz had nothing.
Yeah.
And that's why I feel this could go very similarly to that fight where Fury might bring one thing, but I just don't think it'll be enough when Wilder's had 12 rounds of him. So I think Wilder will get it done.
Yeah.
I think he'll get the knockout. I think it will be late in the fight. I'm calling an 8th round knockout by Deontay Wilder.
I disagree. I think that Fury's the only one that was able to not get his code cracked.
Yeah.
And he's going to only add on to that. He's the younger fighter. He's been boxing longer. So we'll just have to...
It's hard. Well, this is the thing. It's like, did his code get cracked or did Wilder land a shot?
Yeah.
Because both are very possible from the first fight, right? But that's why boxing's dope, because we will find out this Saturday. We will see you guys then. I just know no draw. Please, everybody in the comments.
No draw.
Everybody in the comments say, please no draw. Just please, please, please no draw. Please no draw. That being said, though, guys, Ginger.
And the Bear.
And we will see you guys next time. Boop.